Okay, so this video is going to be about efficiency in the Roux second block. And the general way to practice efficiency is going to be to do slow solves and really try to think about the moves you're doing to be the most efficient. Looking at reconstructions or example solves on YouTube also helps a lot. So first off, in a speed solve, in order to have good efficiency, you also have to have good look ahead. So just keep that in mind, since even if you have, you've thought out all the best efficient ways and blah blah blah, if you don't have good look ahead, you can never use it well. So I'm going to show you some common things to look for efficiency. So I'll do kind of like this case. So whenever you have the DR edge already solved and this corner solved, it's almost always going to be something like bring this corner up and then pair up the edge. Just kind of like wherever the edge is. If it's here, or doesn't matter where the edge is. Let's see if I can do some. So a lot of it is trying to do multiple things at once. So for me, I usually solve this DR edge, but at the same time you want to try to sort out the other pieces or some of the other pieces into a good case. So here there's these two. So you could just, for this one there's not much you can do really, but just like something like that. So something simple like that, and now you can solve these two in 4 moves. And also doing cancellations. So having good look ahead, you wouldn't be able to do cancellations unless you have good look ahead. So you see these two, then you can cancel those two, and then you have it like that. And a lot of it is also going to be able to solve certain cases in multiple ways. So if you know how to solve certain things in multiple ways, then there's more chances to cancel or more chances to influence your next pair. Okay, I'm going to do this one as a common case. So if you're familiar with CFOP, you probably just insert it like this, or something like that, like inverse or something. But in Roux, you can take advantage of the M slice and use this algorithm. So R wide, or it doesn't matter, you can do it like that, but then you get into this case and then you just solve it. And that can be done faster than Drew Sexy. It's faster than soon pretty much. It's pretty much soon, but without the U2. Another case I like, this one, kind of a similar idea. See, now this is the same position as that other one. And usually that's, this is a pretty bad case for CFOP or something, or even just, unless you know how to do this, then that's a good case. Let's see. I don't know, I guess I'll just do some example solves because we'll see if we can find something interesting. So usually I just go for the DR edge first, and there's while you do it, you want to help sort out the other pieces. So I see these two are kind of 1 move away. So, and the DR edge is over here, so you do it like that, then you solve both of them and the DR at the same time. Insert it, and for this case. And I think doing a whole bunch of example solves, you'll see, pretty much all the ways to insert things. So this is what I was talking about. It's kind of like the corner that's already solved. Okay, so DR is over here, and hopefully while you're doing first block, not only will you know where DR is, but maybe a couple of the other pairs. So you really have to have good look ahead to utilize your efficiency well in the speed solve. So if you see this pair, I'll just try to conserve it while solving UL/UR. And you see these two, which you will be able to cancel after you solve this guy. So this is the same like corner solved case, just like kind of canceled a little bit off or something. So DR edge, and here you went, like you can't really see much, but say if you did see it, you see these two, and you'd solve it like that. So while you're going to bring this down, hopefully you see all the other. So I see one corner here, and this one. Yeah. So you'll see, like, you really have to look at the other pieces in order to have good efficiency. So we'll do, here's the DR, and you see these two. So I notice that if I solve the DR with an M slice, then they'll kind of stay intact. While if I do an R wide, it's not going to be intact. So M slice, and then now an R wide, we'll keep these two paired. Now, you see the other two pairs here. So the question is, do you want to do an R wide to solve this, or an R? So you have to pre-think all these cases out. Is this an easier case, or is this an easier case? I think this is an easier case, or I don't know. I like it because I like this out, the one that I showed you. So DR and some of the pieces. So here, so normally I don't think I would have seen pretty much anything, just this and these two. So I'll just solve the DR while kind of looking ahead. And what you'll notice is these two pair up. And then here you can, whoa, what happened? Okay, here you can cancel into this solve. So the two main ways I solve this case is just the CFOP way, like you insert it in the back and then, solve it. Or there's this case, or this way. So I don't really know the inverse of that too well. So, all right. So say you have this case. So instead of doing the CFOP like that. Oh god, I screwed it up. So you're going to put it in the back, R2, U2, and learn that from the front and back, because I think that's a pretty good way to solve it, just like that. Okay, so it's already solved, and I see these two. Now instead of doing, I think, what I used to do was U, R prime, and then solve it. That's also really good, but you can also do it like that. So you do an R wide move to get it on the bottom. Then you can just do all your U moves. Now we have these two, and there's not much you can do. So, don't be afraid to do CFOP inserts. Yeah, once in a while. Okay, so this is where ULUR is, and I see, well, say I only see these two. So while I'm solving, you also see these two. But notice, so this is on the red side, this is the orange side. The orange edge over here is usually pretty good because you have this insert. It's a good insert. Now here's the same type of deal. Do I want to do an R or an R wide, or like kind of mix in something? I don't know. For here it probably doesn't matter much. Like maybe the most efficient way would be doing some Roux type thing like that. But I don't know how I got to that. But just doing just R and then just 2gen it kind of pretty fast. Okay, ULUR, and so I'm just going to do that, and I see this pair, and then you see this is after I insert this and do an R move, it'll be that case that I showed you earlier, the first case I showed. So you can cancel right into it, or so that you can kind of see it well. Cancel right into it. So canceling and influencing your next pair is a big part, along with knowing how to solve cases efficiently. That's a big part in efficiency, of course. So this one, I'd see these two, and these two. And these two are kind of hard to sort out. So I just try to sort these two out like this. Wait, what happened? So okay, something weird happened, but so just look ahead for these two. Yeah, so I guess I didn't do that one too well, but yeah. Okay, so it happened to be already solved. So notice that these two are kind of hard to solve because you have to like take one of them out, and then I don't know, it's going to be a lot of moves. So usually when you see one case is bad, you look for the other case, and while you solve that case, it probably makes the other one a little bit better. Okay, so it's right here. So you see this pair, usually a good thing, and you're going to try to work with it. Either you're going to solve the orange green edge, and then put them together, or you're going to do the same idea with this corner is already solved, and then. But in this case, since this is already paired up, you're going to do that. Then you're going to look for the other piece, and you see it's down here. And you see this also kind of transposes into that corner soft case. So if I do R prime U2, it's that corner soft case. So R prime U, because I know the orientation of that. I think maybe like the way I'm scrambling is making these easier. I don't know. Okay, so here's the DR, and you know, I would see these two, and it's pretty hard to see what you can do. So I just go ahead and solve it until I see something interesting. And so really there wasn't anything there. But hopefully, even if you did not do much, you kind of know where everything is. So I see these are the reds, and there's the orange edge here and the orange corner here. So I'll just solve the reds. You see these two, and you're going to do this instead of this because that's going to be a harder case. And just insert it like seesaw. So it's over here. These two will pair up while you solve them. And so here again, bad case. Don't really know how to solve this. I usually just do the C-fob. So I guess this is a video about efficiency, but yeah, that's not. There's also like movement efficiency, what you can do fastest. So you see these two, and notice that kind of sets them up. So when you solve the DR, you can set them up. And I don't know if that's worth it, but whatever. So I'll go with these two first. So you can still do that thematic corner solved. I don't know if that's making sense to any of you, but it seems like it happens a lot. Because, you know, here, let me... Like, this is a corner solved case because it kind of transposes into it, right? So anything kind of like one move or two moves away from corner solving is kind of, you can use that same idea. So, you know, if you start like this, if you start like this, if you start like this, it's corner solve. If you start like this, it's corner solve. This is not a corner solve, but so that's often a very efficient way to do things if you have that case. So it's over here, and you see that these are paired up, and you see the corresponding corner in the back. So if you solve those two and then bring this in the corresponding area, then you're good. This case, I don't know, it's not a good case, so I don't know how I would do it. I guess I'll do a couple more of these. Hopefully I get something interesting. So you're going to pair these two up while you solve this edge. And notice that these two will also sort out.